we're actually bringing out some truths, peel back the layers of all this fluff.
Shining the light on this industry as a whole. Maybe you should stay away from it.
Hi everybody, welcome to Real Estate Raw&Uncut. This is episode 112. I'm Byron Lazine. He's Tim Beret. 112, that's like a group, right? Is that a group, Molly? 112? 112?
I don't think so. That's the B-52s, dude.
No, you're the same age as me, Molly. You should know that. I think, no, 311 is a group, but I believe 112 is as well. So, what do we got today? How's the weekend? Good?
A lot of work.
A lot of work.
Good weekend, though.
Good.
Good weekend.
So what do you want to do?
We're thinking of the relationship, and again, we take these topics as they come to us through experiences.
As things happen during the week or during the month or whatever.
And this one isn't necessarily with us, but it's with one of our group members. And I think it's the relationship between architects and builders.
That symbiotic.
Yeah, well, it should be.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? So what happens oftentimes?
Well, too often you see people just rely on the builder and they don't even utilize an architect at all.
True.
And then you can run into, and
well, they're saving some money, right?
and then they end up, well, we had to do this, and then or you come to find out 3 months later it's going to cost more than.
But sometimes if you've got a good builder and somebody that's maybe been in it for years, who just has really good insight into a space, like they can walk into a space and just see it, and kind of take your vision as a consumer and just make it work. Especially
on a renovation standpoint too.
Yeah.
It's and every time I've done a project that's been kind of bouncing things off of experienced people, the contractors, and making it work, and not really utilizing the services of an architect. But I think when you're doing a big scale project,
especially when you're working with permitting codes, working with the towns,
it becomes necessity to have a professional come in and show you exactly what can and can't work.
But a lot of times I think what happens is you'll have something that looks really, really good on paper and it works. Mm-hmm. But then the builder gets it and looks at it and says, where'd the common sense go? You know what I mean? Like your 30-inch door is 29 and a half.
Yeah.
So sometimes they forget the way things are, or maybe the door swings the wrong way, which doesn't give you functionality into a bathroom.
Yeah. That sounds like a really hack of an architect to me. I also see a lot of builders trying to prove their value, and they'll put down anybody else to make sure that they're in the lead spot.
Well, I think that's anything, right? It's anybody that's trying to, who feels like it's a competition. That's hey, I know more than this person. This person may have, a master's degree or doctorate. Yeah. But I know more.
Absolutely.
And oftentimes I do.
Right. Yeah. Sometimes it all depends on who you're working with.
A lot of it's how much experience you have, how much work how many deals you've done.
That's right.
You know what I mean? How often you're in the marketplace and you're entrenched, and it's things change all the time.
Oh, absolutely.
So what worked out of a book 20 years ago may not necessarily apply to the marketplace today.
Yeah. So I think it depends on who you're working with. In a level playing field, I'm going to want the person with the most experience in whatever task is being asked to do the job. So if I'm going to build a huge, residential home, let's just say, and I'm going to want the person with the most experience on the architectural side coming up with my plan.
Who has a track record.
Who has a track record of success. I'm going to want my builder, I don't want my builder wearing 3 different hats. I just don't. I want them focusing on getting it done in budget, on time, with quality work.
Here's so a situation I've seen in the past is you've got a great set of plans. They're awesome. And maybe it's a house that was built in the 1700s. Okay. So the architect's assuming that it's square. And you and I both know that you may walk in the kitchen and it could be 3 inches higher. Or maybe it's got a center chimney, and it's dropped 5 inches over 200 years. And so with that, the structure has kind of done one of these.
Absolutely.
So it's all kind of rolling, and that architect has assumed that this has ceiling heights of 8, but it's not. It's 8 feet 6 inches, 8 feet 3 inches. It's not square, and now that builder has to come in and actually make it true.
If you're working with a professional architect who knows what the heck they're doing, they're going to have come into the property and they're going to have spent a lot of time in there making and figuring out, oh, this isn't true to what the 1700s plans or whatever may be. If you're working with someone that's just taking your money over a Skype call, then yeah, that's probably what you're going to get.
But the hardest part is actually, because when you're a builder and you're actually out there with the tools and you're doing it, it becomes different than your training. You know what I mean? Because you know that if you try to approach it this way and the architect has set it up to be, sometimes it just doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
I think it needs to be that relationship with the architect and the builder in tandem, having a conversation, not
if you're the owner of the project, you better make sure that those two gel.
Even if, nailed it.
Right? If you like the architect and you like the builder, but they don't like each other, your project's going to be a mess.
I think you just nailed it. So it's a team.
It has to be a team.
We're always coming back to it. And so not everybody has the same skill sets.
Maybe you don't have the right architect that can listen to the builder or vice versa, and you better have the two people that can use humility and get the job done together.
So maybe approach, because if you have an architect or a builder that you respect, ask that person who they've worked with and that they have a really good relationship with.
Yeah, check out those projects that they did together, and maybe even ask that owner, hey, did they come in on time? How did it work? How was the conversations? How was the day-to-day operations? Because they're going to have to work together a lot.
And you as a homeowner going into it and having to deal with the different individuals, and if it doesn't gel, guess who's got the drama?
Absolutely.
The homeowner. So it's like...
And personalities are going to play a big role.
Oh my gosh,
unfortunately, we don't have robots yet.
So again, I don't think it's everybody being the same. It's just making sure that everybody's complementary and it works together, because ultimately you're going to live in the house, or it's your project.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, and you see just too many know-it-alls in this industry.
Oh my God, everywhere.
Right? And I think the ones that are willing to listen to another professional and learn and have a conversation, those are going to be the ones that are most successful.
Because we realize each day how much we don't know.
Absolutely,
no
doubt. So what do we got this week? We got something coming up.
This week?
Saturdays. Are you ready?
Oh, shoot.
Are you going to be there? Are you going to be available?
I think I will. I think I have to be.
You should show up to the first one anyway. So on Saturdays, and if you're anywhere in the world, you can stream this.
94.9.
Yeah, I don't know the website name, but if you look up 94.9, you go like Connecticut or something if you're Googling it, and maybe we'll drop a link in here. Brittany will drop a link in YouTube on where you can stream the radio show. We've got a radio show every Saturday.
Which is kind of cool.
11 to noon. It's going to be definitely more local-centric than this show, Real Estate Raw&Uncut, is. We don't have a name yet. We did the promo this week. I did the promo, and we just called it Real Estate Radio until we come up with a name.
I'll throw this out there. They've said they've locked us into so many weeks.
Yeah, well, maybe. Depends on...
I don't know, because as you and I are, as the way we get, and it's a Saturday morning, I'm sure that it's going to be somewhat
Well, I met the kid
conflicted.
That's going to be doing the board. I met him on yesterday, and I said, how many F-bombs am I allowed to drop on the radio before you guys throw me off? He said that would be 0. So
it's your kind of platform.
So we've got to be careful. No, we're going to be fine.
Oh, you can't do it.
You can't do any. I think there's an FCC regulation against F-bombs on the radio. We'll find out.
Like I said, we may not. You may just tune in because you may have a limited number of episodes.
Definitely tune in this Saturday. We're going to do some cool stuff. People are going to be able to call in if they live in Connecticut locally to that radio show, and if they bought their house since the year 2000, we're going to give them the value of what it could be worth within 60 seconds.
So a range.
A range, yeah. So that'll be pretty fun.
Cool. Sounds good.
All right, definitely subscribe up on YouTube if you haven't already. Follow me up on Instagram. I got to throw some stuff out here. Throw us some comments too in the comment box and ask some questions for the next show.
Yukon Huskies, baby. That's all I'm going to say.
It's not even relevant.
Just in general.
See ya.